Don Lemon on CNN, who happens to be black, did a segment which is pretty interesting, which is, should we start profiling white men when it comes to these mass shootings? Because when we look at all of these incidents, it really tends to be young white men between 18 and 25. Here's a little bit of that segment from CNN. Take a look.
Talking about what should happen with gun laws. Richard Moran is here, Tom Dietz, Lou Palumbo, also David Sirota. David, I got an interesting tweet that said, all recent mass killings were committed by 18 to 25-year-old young men, primarily white. Virginia Tech is the exception. Are you saying that we should start profiling white men?
Well, I think we should ask the question, why is America 30% white guys and 70% of the shootings in the last many decades have been at the hands of white guys? I'm not saying we should...
So immediately, people flipping out about Don Lemon bringing up this question, which again really was just a prompt for David Sirota, who's been a guest on the show, and a good one, by the way. So this is fascinating. It's almost too bad, actually, that Don Lemon is black, because it gives people an out. I've been looking online at what are the responses to Don Lemon bringing up this topic, and it's basically all attacks, racial attacks on Don Lemon for being black or on Don Lemon for being gay, which I don't know how it even has anything to do with this discussion, which is incredible, and it's a fascinating distraction to the topic. But we have to ask that, right? Because if the profiling is based on fact, it seems to be all well and good until it's white men. Example, when statistically plane hijackings have been determined to be Muslim men over a period of time, we profiled them, no problem. There's resistance from some groups, but basically the consensus is that's generally okay in some ways, because we agree that's true. That's the group that is most involved here. With these mass shootings, it's young white men. And all of a sudden, if Don Lemon asks the question, N-word, F-word, he's gay, he's black, doesn't make any sense. But to be expected.
But his point is a good one. I mean, not just the individual shootings, but look at every few months, there's like a terrorist group that pops up that gets busted by the feds.
Domestic terror.
Domestic terrorist group, right. And it's always a bunch of, usually with the terrorist groups, young to middle-aged white men. And there is a trend.
Do you agree, Natan, that it's almost too bad that it's Don Lemon who's asking this question, because he's giving racists an out to just say, hey, he's black, he wants something to blame on white people?
That's exactly right. And he's not blaming anybody. He's just prompting the guest. These aren't his ideas. When people attack him, they're just attacking the messenger.
Right.
He's just expressing the other guy's opinion. The other guy's a white guy.